The metaverse represents the next iteration of the internet. And people wonder if the metaverse is just for fun. Yes, you can have a lot of fun in the metaverse, but beyond that, it comes with loads of opportunities and good investment choices for the future. Today's video is about 5 reasons you should invest in the metaverse right now. So let's check it out. Number 1. Top brands are racing right now to either have their own metaverse or at least have a presence in the metaverse. You'll hear of Mesh from Microsoft, there's Oculus from Meta. Apple is also building their own AR/VR headset.
And finally, as the digital and physical worlds come together, we are creating an entirely new platform layer, which is the metaverse. From Azure IoT to Azure Digital Twins to connected spaces and Microsoft Mesh, we are building the metaverse intrinsics, the metaverse platform for you to build upon.
Imagine you put on your glasses or headset and you're instantly in your home space. It has parts of your physical home recreated virtually, it has things that are only possible virtually, and it has an incredibly inspiring view of whatever you find most beautiful.
Hey, are you coming?
Yeah, just gotta find something to wear.
We also have brands like Samsung, Coca-Cola, Domino's and others spending huge amount of money to establish their presence there in the metaverse. If you're watching this right now and you're unsure how the metaverse is going to change our world, or perhaps you're wondering if the metaverse is real, then you need to take a step back and ask why all these top brands are making the jump to the metaverse. To add to this, why do you think Facebook rebranded as Meta? Okay, I think that should say it all. Second is the future of work. Slowly but surely, workplace experiences are gradually moving to the metaverse. The World Economic Forum predicts that close to 58% of companies will embrace VR and other technologies that support the transition of work into the metaverse by 2024. And we're already in 2023. The metaverse will bring the experience of how we work to a whole new level. Work once again can feel more real and without some of the limitation of just making a Zoom call. Microsoft Teams, for example, is well positioned for the metaverse with the introduction of Mesh for Teams.
Thanks for having us and welcome to Accenture's End Floor.
At Accenture, we have over 624,000 people serving clients in 120 countries. And critical to our ability to work seamlessly together is Microsoft Teams. We have turned our focus away from spaces and places to creating what we call omni-connected experiences, where our people can participate, contribute, and feel like they belong regardless of where they're working.
So it's been awesome to see Mesh for Microsoft Teams come together to enable those experiences.
Just imagine this. How about if companies can build a replica of their offices in the metaverse, and you can now have employees resume to their office in the metaverse every day, collaborating with their colleagues in real time. This is really going to be a game changer. Next is entertainment. Concerts are now being organized and people attend these concerts in the metaverse. Ariana Grande last year hosted a concert in the metaverse. And guess how many people were in attendance? Well, if you don't know, let me bust your bubble with the answer. Over 27 million people attended. It's no news anymore that Snoop Dogg has started to play it really big in the metaverse. I mean, Snoop Dogg's last album was shot in Snoop Metaverse, where he builds a virtual version of his real life. He now holds virtual concerts there in the Snoopverse, and people pay to attend this concert. And do you know how much it costs to own a land in the Snoopverse just to become Snoop's neighbor? It's $450,000. Number 4 is real estate. There's a real estate boom now in the metaverse, and you can shop for real estate there. Thousands and millions of dollars are being spent to buy digital lands in the metaverse. A very good example of this is Decentraland. The same way you own land in the real world, is also how you can own one in Decentraland. Just in 2022, we had close to $2 billion being spent on the acquisition of lands in Decentraland. And at number 5, we have fashion. The fashion industry is not left behind in the jump into the metaverse. An example that I can think of here is Nike having their own Nike Land in the metaverse. Similar to what Nike is doing in Nike Land, many others have also followed the same path. Louis Vuitton, for example, had organized a fashion show in the metaverse, and all the other popular fashion brands are now selling fashion pieces as NFTs on the blockchain. And you know what you can expect really soon? People will start to pay more attention to how they look in the metaverse, and more people will start to invest in things like digital clothes, shoes, and so on. In some ways, we're already living in the virtual world. Just imagine how much time we spend on our phones and our laptops every day. Now, because the metaverse is more interesting than the mobile phone experience, this should give you a clue into how addictive the metaverse is going to become.
Now, Disney is leaning into the metaverse, and I'm wondering if you can give us more details on your vision. How could Disney offer products that fit into this? Is it about Lucasfilm? Is it about Industrial Light and Magic, for example? Paint the picture.
It's about all those things. If you step back from it, regardless of where you want to call it, we believe that there's a world where we can add a third dimension of storytelling. I call it sort of a three-dimensional canvas, so that we can take the folks that make our great television shows and make the great music and make the great movies and the great theme park attractions. And what happens if you enable them, you give them the degrees of freedom to paint on that third dimension and don't necessarily constrain it with typical definitions about what's a book, what's a recording, what's a movie, and you let them kind of explore and use both the physical worlds that Disney is uniquely postured to create in our theme parks, but also take the media and the digital and the virtual pieces, which we also have shown that we can do, and use Disney Plus as an opportunity to bring those two things together so we can tell stories in that third dimension. I think it's a great opportunity for us. I think it's the next great horizon for Disney. I think it's the next great horizon in entertainment.
Alright, here is where we're going to call it a wrap on today's episode. Please remember to share, like and comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.